We've had lots of participants talk about how they can get around more easily to go see their grandchildren's activities and be more active with them, and to be able to walk up steps on the bleachers so that they can be there and participate with the rest of the family and watching the activities. It's those kinds of things that are enhancing their quality of life, that are meaningful to them. But then there's also the other component, which is it can save you a lot of money because you're preventing falls and other kinds of challenges that can arise from falling, and just delaying it and avoiding it if at all possible.
Some of the things that we can easily do when we're younger, such as putting on socks or reaching around to get something out of a back pocket, can become a greater challenge with age or inactivity. K-State Research and Extension offers an 8-week exercise program which helps older adults build strength and improve balance. On today's Sound Living, how older adults can benefit from taking Stay Strong, Stay Healthy classes. Sound Living is a weekly public affairs program produced by Research and Extension at Kansas State University. I'm Jeff Wichman. K-State Research and Extension Northwest Regional Family and Consumer Sciences Specialist and State Coordinator of Stay Strong, Stay Healthy, Ashley Svaty, and Northeast Extension Family and Consumer Sciences Specialist Sharolyn Jackson explain how the program helps keep the body and mind functioning at its best. Sharolyn, the Stay Strong, Stay Healthy program has been going on for a number of years. There was kind of a bit of a break during COVID out of necessity, but things are really gearing up again.
Yes, they are, Jeff. We have lots of new agents in our system, and we're getting people trained and also some recertified to teach Stay Strong, Stay Healthy, which is a strength training program for older adults. And so we're really excited about that.
Ashley, maybe just if you could, a little background on the program. What exactly are we trying to accomplish?
Stay Strong, Stay Healthy is an exercise or strength training program focused on improving the health and well-being of older adults. It's an evidence-based program that has been shown to increase strength, balance, and flexibility. The overall goal of Stay Strong, Stay Healthy is to keep our older adults independent longer, reduce falls, and increase strength, flexibility, and balance.
I think one of the questions that probably needs to be addressed is what describes an older adult.
Please.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I'm like, oh, wait.
And so I guess I describe it, some people might say, 65 or 70 and above, but I prefer not to look at it as an age, but rather a fitness level, because I've seen in classes people in their 50s, early 50s even, that really benefit from the program. And what's really nice about Stay Strong, Stay Healthy is we can make it more difficult for maybe a younger participant by adding more weight. But the basic exercises are going to be the same. It's just challenging them a little bit more with weight, or maybe a few other adaptations we can make to the exercise itself. So I really don't want to put an age break on this as far as whether you will be a participant that needs to attend or wants to attend. We probably won't turn you away.
Well, that's a good point, because we actually at a certain point do start to lose some of that muscle.
Mm-hmm. Well, and around age 30, that starts to happen just naturally. And it really accelerates at around age 50, unless you're doing something to maintain it or to improve strength. And that's the challenge, is that a little bit of that happens in the normal aging process, but inactivity is what accounts for most of it.
And really, a lot of us are not getting enough physical activity, either aerobic or the strength training.
That's right. Not meeting those minimum guidelines, and roughly 15% of older adults are not getting that recommended amount of physical activity. That's for the aerobic, the walking, or moderate activity, or you can just barely carry on a conversation. But in those physical activity guidelines is also the 2 days per week of doing some kind of exercise to build strength.
I was surprised to see that this is really an hour-long class each time during the week, and it makes sense just because of the way it's structured.
Yes, so part of those physical activity guidelines recommend 2 to 3 days of strengthening activities. So this program is meeting that by meeting 2 times per week for 8 weeks. And we actually recommend the participants do these exercises on their own for that extra third day. But we meet up together as a group twice a week. We start with our warm-up and stretching, and then go into our strengthening exercises with hand and ankle weights, then go into our cool down that also includes stretching and deep breathing exercises. And these 8 weeks are structured in a way that we start out slowly and gradually build up as we all grow stronger together. So that building up could be with weights. If you grow stronger throughout, you can build up and get heavier weights as you go. And we will also increase how many times we do each exercise. So you are going to see yourself grow stronger throughout these 8 weeks. And it's going to be really fun and motivating to see those results.
Don't want to put you on the spot where we're talking 8 different types of strengthening exercises. What are some of those exercises?
Well, the first exercise we do is the wide leg squat. So that really helps with our lower body strength. And the biggest everyday activity that helps with is just getting in and out of a seat easier. That's something that we see as we age. It gets tougher to get in and out of a seat comfortably. And then another exercise is bicep curls. And so the instructors are there to help ensure that everybody's doing the exercises safely, they have the right form, and mainly that everybody's doing it safely and they're confident to continue doing those exercises once the 8 weeks wrap up.
What I like about the exercises is that, as I tell participants, the wide leg squat, if you're just going to have time to do one exercise, that's the one to pick because it's going to be the most effective for just general living and tasks. But you can do those in commercial breaks when you're watching your favorite TV show. You can do the stretching. You can do some of those exercises. I keep a set of hand weights on my desk for Zoom meetings because then I can do some of those exercises and certainly some of the stretches. And just to think about ways to incorporate that throughout your day. Maybe you're not getting have that hour you can dedicate to doing all of them consecutively, but you can at least pull out a couple of those throughout the day and do them fairly easily.
I like the fact that you're starting easily and you're kind of building on that because part of it, I think what you're saying is just learning how to do the exercise correctly and then being able to, once the program is over, continue this on your own.
Yeah, we kind of serve as the form police. And so we're there to teach them how to do it correctly and make sure that they continue to use good form so that they learn how to do it safely, not to injure themselves. But one of the challenges is to get people to increase the weight because they get really comfortable and feel like they can do them easily. And we're also there to make you uncomfortable because you need to challenge yourself a little bit so that muscle strength improves.
Part of this is resistance then. You're kind of building up, and as you come forward and come down, you've got the resistance factor.
Right. We have a counting system, and so we count at a certain pace. It's very slow and controlled, and so it's actually on the downward movements where you're building more of that strength. You're putting stress on that muscle with the exercises, and then as your body repairs that muscle, it builds the strength.
I don't know if I mentioned I talked about training, but really these agents are certified. You and Ashley are both certified to teach.
Yes, Ashley and I are both certified. We're state leaders, and so we have certification to teach and certify the agents, and so that's our role. And then we both like to fill in when the agent has a conflict or needs some extra assistance. Teaching the classes is really, really fun.
That's probably another aspect of this is just the socialization that comes with it.
I really think that the social aspect of Stay Strong, Stay Healthy classes just can't be shared enough. When I sit in and fill in, I do love those days that I can fill in for an agent teaching the class because I can see how excited people are to get together again. You know, we saw so many people become even more isolated in the past years, and now we see those outstanding benefits of people coming together, growing stronger together, and supporting each other in these classes, and that's really exciting. We see so many people note that benefit on our post surveys about how much they enjoyed the social aspects, getting out, meeting new people in their communities. And one benefit of exercises is just feeling better overall and lifting depression. So that social aspect of Stay Strong, Stay Healthy is huge.
What do we see after the 8 weeks? I'm assuming that people are seeing a lot of improvements in their overall health, but maybe even in some specific areas?
Well, it's interesting with some of the quotes we've had from participants as to what's important to them and to think about what it is that motivates them. I'll give you a couple examples. One farmer kept his handkerchief in his front pocket because he didn't have the flexibility to reach around to his back pocket. So by the end of the Stay Strong, Stay Healthy class, he could keep his handkerchief in his back pocket and his peers didn't joke with him about it anymore. That seems really insignificant, but to this person, it's not. It's motivating. It's something they can really see as a benefit. We've had lots of participants talk about how they can get around more easily to go see their grandchildren's activities and be more active with them, and to be able to walk up steps on the bleachers so that they can be there and participate with the rest of the family and watching the activities. It's those kinds of things that are enhancing their quality of life, that are meaningful to them. But then there's also the other component, which is it can save you a lot of money because you're preventing falls and other kinds of challenges that can arise from falling, and just delaying it and avoiding it if at all possible. Prevent falls and improve balance and flexibility, overall quality of life. Lots and lots and lots of benefits.
Ashley, any stories that you want to share?
Yes, I had a privilege of teaching so many of these classes as an agent, and one success story was that a participant was able to lift her leg up and put her socks on when she wasn't able to do that before. And this was in winter. So getting able to lift her leg up so she could put her socks and shoes on, tie her shoes, was huge. So when you think about a story like that, just how much better quality of life this program can give you, it's just huge. And another success story, people are just motivated to keep doing strength training, and they kind of had a change of heart. They went into this program thinking it was exhausting to exercise, but in return, it gave them more energy to do their everyday tasks. So that's huge, again, when it comes to quality of life and just changing the perception of physical activity, exercise, and strength training, that many people might have a negative thought of those, but really it's energizing and it can be such a positive aspect of our lives.
I think another benefit of Stay Strong is that it's been very successful in smaller rural communities, and classes are held in churches and in community centers, senior centers, places where people feel comfortable going, and they probably have some kind of relationship with the people in their extension office. It's a lot different than going to a gym or somewhere that they've never been before. So these classes are being held in places that they frequent anyway. And our goal is that they continue to meet as a group and continue to do the exercises together after the official 8-week class is over.
And there are some tips and tricks that can go along with this. If you're wanting to do some of these, but your balance may not be great, you can always use a chair or some other assistive device.
Our agents are trained so that they always encourage someone to keep their balance. So if that's always holding on to a chair or using any adaptations, if they're not able to do an exercise for various different reasons, there's always an adaptation. And that's something that we encourage with anybody who's hesitant about this program or wanting to dive in and seeing what Stay Strong, Stay Healthy is all about. Maybe they never exercised before. Maybe they're really not confident in their balance and they really don't know if this program is right for them. And I would just encourage them, if you have any concerns, reach out to your extension agent in your county to see if they're offering this program and have a talk with them. And they will really put your mind at ease that we are here for really everyone to help you get active, to take your cares away and help support you to be active. Our goal is to improve balance. So we're going to do everything that we can to improve your balance and overall quality of life.
I might mention, too, that before the class begins and then after the 8 weeks is concluded, we do a fitness assessment. It assesses balance and also some flexibility and just ability to walk and keep your balance and getting up and down out of a chair. And so we do see, in most cases, improvement or at least maintaining that level. So our goal is that they don't decrease in any of those areas, and most of them do improve. That's really motivating to our participants as well, to see where they started and where they are 8 weeks later.
That's K-State Research and Extension Northeast Regional Family and Consumer Sciences Specialist Sharolyn Jackson, and Ashley Svaty, Northwest Regional Family and Consumer Sciences Specialist and State Coordinator of Stay Strong, Stay Healthy. The cost of the 8-week strength training program is $20. For more information, contact your local extension office. Sound Living is a weekly public affairs program produced by Research and Extension at Kansas State University. I'm Jeff Wichman. And this is the K-State Radio Network.